So I keep saying, if you want to see if you have friends, start doing better. Start doing better. See how many support you get. She was so angry, like, why didn't you tell me? I was like, girl, I don't like to tell, like, what if I told you on the sabotage, then I'll be a liar, right? And this is a big opportunity for me. Hi there, my dear lovely subscriber. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new here. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you love it. So let's talk about how envy people hate greatness. Okay, your envy friends, your jealous friends hate your greatness. It's their nightmare. They want you to do better, but not better than them. And I find this to be a friendship ache. Like, it gives me an ache, like, ugh. It's so disgusting how you have a friend who wants to better themselves and you take it personal. Like, you have a friend who wants to improve their life spiritually, financially, maybe in their career, and then you see it as a threat to your own self. What has that got to do with you? But these people don't see it that way. They don't think rational that someone wanting to do better doesn't mean it's against them. It's not personal. It's their own decision. So whenever I'm around these kind of people, whenever I sense friends who don't want me to do better than them, it actually compels me to not share things with them, because I don't want to pose a threat to you so that you end up sabotaging me. Some of these friends, they only have the image of who they perceive you to be. Like, if you guys were in the same neighborhood and grew up together, that's all they know you to be. They don't even want you to move a little bit higher than them, because then you are trying to tell them that they could do something with their life, but they refuse to. Sometimes when you're an underdog, or if you've not elevated, you realize everybody will be rooting for you, especially friends that you share your dreams with them. Maybe you tell them, oh, one day I'm going to be a big star, one day I'm going to be an entrepreneur, one day I'm going to be a movie star or a musician. They'll be like, yeah, because you haven't started. They'll all be rooting for you. They will talk about it with you, blah, blah, blah. But then when you start doing it, that's when you realize you have no friends. And sometimes I question, like, you guys were rooting for me. You all wanted me to do good. We all talked about this. Why are you envying me? Why do you feel like bad for me wanting to do exactly what we talked about? Whenever your friends don't want you to do better than them, you're with the wrong friend, because a good friend will clap for you, and a good friend will use your success as a fuel, or as a fuel, as a fuel or as an inspiration to better themselves as well. To your real friends, you growing up is a reflection of the blessings that are on the way to them as well. It means that God is still working in the neighborhood, because if they are close to you and you're able to elevate and succeed, and you guys are from the same environment, like you guys are the same product, they believe they can also succeed. So good friends don't sabotage themselves, but the bad friends, the envious friends, they will sabotage themselves, and they don't even know they hating you for being great is sabotage. They're not clapping for you, they're not supporting you, giving you a like. They don't know they're sabotaging themselves. Why do you despise success? Why do you despise success in people close to you? If you're not doing well in life, take your life seriously. Maybe you should take some inspiration, maybe take notes from that person and not hate it. Real friends will encourage you to grow. They actually encourage your growth. They encourage you to go out there and do it. They motivate you. They don't take it personal. They will ask you to take the risk. They'll always be there to motivate you. So whether good or bad, take the risk anyway. You have this one life, and you don't want to ruin it, or you don't want to stay small just because someone is envious of you. And with the envious friends, one thing I've noticed is that they already have you in a hierarchy, and it's the hierarchy of you being below them mentally. They always see you to be someone who shouldn't surpass them in terms of success. That wasn't what they had planned. They always thought they'll be successful before you be successful. They don't have your best interest at heart. So when you start growing, when you start doing something like a business, I always say this: if you want to know who your real friends are, start start a business, start a project, start growing, start leveling up, start being the best version of yourself, start looking beautiful, start glowing, start detaching from the trauma that you guys bonded from, start moving out of that environment, travel abroad, steady, take a career path that is so hard, that looks like so unachievable, and take it seriously and do it. Maybe start a YouTube channel, I don't know. See who supports you, see who is loud about it, see who tells other people and are proud that their friend are doing something. Start your own business and see how many people like give you advice or just show up and support you. What's funny is that even though these friends will not support you, they will support someone else. They will contribute to someone they barely know rather than you. They won't support you just because it's you, okay? They are upset and it haunts them because they think they supporting you will get you even more ahead. That's their biggest nightmare. But always have in mind that the people who root for you or who will root for you will always be above you. The hate always comes from below. Anyone who's hating you, I keep saying this, anyone who's hating on your success or on the fact that you changed because you want the best for yourself, like maybe you detached from certain conversations that you guys have or certain lifestyle that you guys used to do together, and you've detached and you want better for your life. You're cleaning out your life, you're leveling up, you're taking good care of yourself, you're maybe going to the gym, eating well, you've changed your whole wardrobe, you're just doing better for yourself, and they kind of hate you. They kind of be like, oh, now you go to the gym now. Oh, now you eat salads. Like, they just those shades that you like, oh, now we doing this kind of dressing. They are below you. They feel inferior to you. So they have to point it out, because if you didn't mind, you wouldn't mention it, right? We only talk about things that bothers us. If you're really unbothered about it, you mention it. If they keep attacking your level up journey, it's because it's a mirror. You're making them uncomfortable. You're making them go back home and have a personal talk with themselves about what they are doing with their life. Whenever you see someone with a lot of friends, having lots of people, don't envy that, because when you're at the bottom, everyone supports you there, because that's where everybody's comfort. When nobody's doing anything, when nobody's trying to make a move, when nobody's trying to steady, misery loves company. When everybody's at the bottom, they have lots of friends. What do they say? That the air gets thinner as you rise up. The more you rise up, the thinner the air gets. That's how it is. When you start to move up, when you start to move forward, that's when you know who your real friends are. That's when you know who was really rooting for you. Like, the people who were rooting for you, they're going to be like, oh, so you're the boss now? Yeah. They don't want you to pass them. They want you to do better. But they don't want you to do better than them. You remind them that they are not going for their dreams. You remind them they gave up. But then they'll give it to an absolute stranger from the internet who didn't see them from their beginning. And then people on the internet will be your biggest fan because they can relate to your story, because they are not like them. They are not your next door neighbors. So they don't feel the blame and the pressure and the guilt for not having to achieve their dreams like the way the people you grew up with feel. They don't know you. They don't know you. The people on the internet didn't grow up with you, so they don't know the exact thing you had to go through to get here. They don't know you. But these people, they know you. You grew up together, maybe. You went to the same school. You were at the same job, or you were in the same group of something. You were in the same project. But you became successful. They didn't. It's like a mom having two children who grew up with the same treatment, and one becomes successful and the other one doesn't become successful. Your sibling will envy you, definitely, because you guys had the same parents, the same school, the same treatment. You had everything you all wanted, and then one used that as a motivation to continue to do better, because that's the lifestyle that parents give them is what they want to continue to have. So they work harder in the future, or they go after their dreams so they can be able to do that for themselves. And then there you have the other sibling who would relax, feel pampered, feel spoiled, and always have their hand out expecting things to fall in. So they sit down with their hands in between their legs, and then they go broke or poor. And then they'll start envy you, not knowing that you both had the same parent but different mindset. You both took your life differently. The other saw them coming from a privileged home as a means to provide the same thing for their children and for their own self, and the other saw it as it's a means to relax and get so comfortable and just do the talking and not the work. That's the difference between you and them. But they'll hate you because why would we come from the same place and you be better? Why would you even be better than me? Why are you reflecting everything that I'm trying to ignore? And I'm trying to put you in this, you are my little brother or my little sister category, or you are that friend that I knew who came from nothing. If they knew you to be that friend who came from nothing, that's all they're going to have in their mind every time they see you. So when you try to come into the neighborhood, or you try to show up one day in their life with a nice car or nice, clothes, or just looking so different, of course they're going to think shit that they don't want to feel inferior to you. Because they knew your beginning. They grew up with you. You both began together. I've had this happen to me. Moving here to Europe, when I was in my country, I had friends that I went to school with, that we lived in the same neighborhood. I had, I had one best friend. We grew up together almost, and we shared a lot together. We've been through a lot. When I moved here first, my dad told me, because my dad knows a lot when it comes to friendship, and my dad was like, you're going to lose this friend, you know that? And I was so defensive. I was like, no way, I've known her since. She's always going to be my sister. We're like blood. Even people think we are cousins, blah blah blah. Because I used to call that friend my cousin. I used to tell people she's my cousin. Or even when people say, are you guys siblings, I don't try to deny it, because that's how much I loved her. I told you guys how serious I take friendship. I don't take friendship lightly, okay? It's friendship are family to me, okay? Especially when they are my female friends. So I told my dad, I was so defensive about, no, like, she's always going to be my friend, and I'll call her, we'll talk, and the conversation was always stagnant. She kept taking me back to the past. That's one thing about these friends. That's when you elevate, sometimes they can't come with you. It's because the mindset is different. Whenever we talk, she keep reminding me about things in the past, and keep like when I want to do something and I tell her, like, I want to pursue, like, now that I'm in Europe, I want to do this, I want to do that, like, that's what I have my mind on. And she'll be like, you remember where you come from? Like, she'll keep reminding me of my beginning, and that would kind of like set me back, like, yeah, maybe no one will watch my video, maybe no one will buy my product, and I'll just let it go. And then she will in turn turn around and tell me, oh, my grandmom just gave me a land here, I think I'll start building a house. Oh, I'm going to do this business and then have my own, like, store and blah blah blah. And I'm like, you're the same person telling me not to go after my dreams, but you want to go after your dreams. But I was too young to understand it then. And now that I'm looking back, it's like she wanted to be successful before me, or before anybody in the friends group that we're in. And that's okay. But I didn't get the same feedback when I told her about me wanting to do this and that, and me wanting to go after this and that. But I didn't know better. That was 6 years ago, 7 years ago. That was a long time. If I knew what I know today back then, it would have been different. Okay, so something came up and our friendship fell off. This friend of mine was very boy crazy. Okay, she's a boy crazy. You know what boy crazy friends would do? They'll do anything just to have their man, even if it means betraying their friend. So she kind of not betrayed me, but she kind of did something really bad because of the boy, because of a man that she wanted. I was like, girl, that was her man, but she kept putting me in situations where I will be the bad person, like the third person in a relationship. So as a good friend, I tried to advise her, and she got angry, and she decided to cut me off. I was like, okay, like, girl, what did I do? You said you wanted my advice, I gave it to you. Now what did I do? So this girl acted as if we were never friends. She just became so angry at me for me giving her advice because she thinks I'm against her. And I was like, I'm not against you. Like, you clearly told me you don't love this boy anymore. Just let him go. Oh, you don't understand, blah, blah, blah. She's boy crazy. She hated the fact that I told her to let her man go. So that's why I don't even tell people to let their man go, especially when they're boy crazy. So she got pissed at me like I'm the enemy. I was like, oh, my bad that I told you the truth. And she cut me off. I was hurt. I went through friendship breakup. My heart was broken, blah, blah, blah. And fast forward, I started making new friends. And she came back to apologize years later that she's sorry for what happened 6 years ago. And I was like, come on, it's okay. But I'm never allowing her to be my friend anymore. Never. Because all her plan was to succeed before me. So she was in a rush to do things and she made lots of mistakes. And I was just chill. I was always supporting her. And what's funny is that every time she wants to do something, she'll intentionally come and tell me, oh, do you know I'm doing this? And she'll wait for me to say what I'm doing next. So when I started feeling this uncomfortability in my body, I told my mom, I was like, Mom, every time this friend of mine calls me to tell me this is what her mom is doing for her, this is what her dad is doing for her, this is what she wants to do, da, 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 da. But when I tell her I want to do this, I want to try this, she gets angry and she tells me, don't you know where you come from? Do you think it's possible? Who has done it before? And my mom's like, why are you listening to her? I am your mother and I'm telling you, go after whatever you want to go for. Nobody wants the best for you other than me and your dad. Go after your dreams. I was like, that's true. So my mom advised me not to tell her anything because she's competing with me even though we are in different continents. And I have a good heart thinking, oh, we are friends, so why not tell her? But in her mind, you traveled to Europe, something that she had always wanted to. This friend of mine was always bragging that she's going to go abroad in a short time, and she's still in my country. She never traveled. She's like, I'm going to study abroad. She told everybody knew this, but I never mentioned me going abroad until my dad finished everything and I was about to go take my flight, and I told her to come with me to the flight. And she was so angry, like, why didn't you tell me? I was like, girl, I don't like to tell, like, what if I told you on the sabotage, then I'll be a liar, right? And this is a big opportunity for me. I should have noticed all of that. But anyway, that's why we live to learn. So those friends want you to do good but not better than them. Don't. And you have to cut them off. So what those friends sometimes do is they ignore your achievement when they realize they're getting far ahead of them. They will ignore your achievements. They won't give you compliments. They won't show up to your event. They will just see your achievements on social media or hear about them and skip. Like, they will see you posted something on your story that you're opening a business or that you're starting this or you have this project going on, and they will skip. They won't say anything. They won't tap. They won't comment. Nothing. They don't repost nothing. It makes them feel better. I don't blame those people when they ignore my achievement because I know it makes them feel better. It's not about me, okay? Sometimes it's not about you. If they ignore achievement, they ignore it to avoid giving you a compliment. They ignore it to avoid you receiving any kind of positive feedback from them because they don't feel good. Because that's a reminder of how little they are doing in life. Your achievement reminds them they're not doing anything. So they acknowledging your success means that they have to ask themselves, what are we doing? What's our goal? What do we also want to achieve? And they don't have anything. They are full of hatred. So they can't even see clearly. They can't even think clearly to know where to go. And sometimes you might question yourself, am I the problem? Like, people keep saying I've changed. People keep saying I'm this. People keep saying I'm different. Am I the problem? Why am I losing all these friends? Why is everybody just, all the people I'm growing up with or I grew up with just changed? And it's okay. It's okay to question yourself if you're the problem or if you change, but just know it's not you. Because think about this. If you don't grow, then it's going to be easy. And they're going to be comfortable with you. If you don't grow and still stay at the bottom, you're going to have all those friends, right? You guys are going to keep sitting down and talking about the things you could have been, wanna be. We could do this, we can do this. You keep talking. They'll be so comfortable with you. You guys will sit down and do nothing every day. And you have this dream in your heart which is getting which is rotten. The dreams will get rotten because all you do every day is sit and talk about it. Just because you want the comfort of these friends, you're afraid to lose those friends. But if you keep growing and evolving, it's going to start getting hard. In fact, if you're going to make friends, find people who are equivalent or on the same journey as you. They make things easy. They will make it hard for the people at the bottom, but it will make it easy for you as you go. Those friends who also make things happen for themselves, who go after things like their dreams, they'll congratulate you, they'll motivate you, they'll celebrate you. Why? Because they're on the same journey. Instead of sitting there and gossiping with friends who do nothing, why don't you make it a little bit hard for yourself and feel uncomfortable just to live your dreams? When I get all the hate from people, like old friends, I'm like, what do I want? The comfort of being a loser and having friends, or the discomfort of losing them, having it hard because it's going to get a bit lonely, and then achieving my dreams and living very, very comfortable, just like I always dreamed of. Unless you don't have a dream, then you don't understand what I'm trying to talk about. But if you dream of a life where you're successful in your own terms, whatever success look for you, it could be the kind of weight you want, or the kind of body you want. It could be the kind of career you always want. It could be the kind of job you want. It could be the kind of business you want. It could be the kind of husband you want. Whatever success looks to you, or is for you. Would you rather lose those friends and gain them, or you rather be with them and always dream about it? Avoid those friends who don't want you to do better and want you to sit down every day and gossip, blah blah blah. And then when you start doing better, then you are the competition. And always remember, people remember you for who they met you. So if they met you at 5 years old or at 10 years old, when you guys were growing up together, they remember you for that lifestyle that you guys had. They'll always have that in mind because that's how they met you. So if they met you at a workplace, that's how they're going to remember you. That co-worker they used to work with. If they remembered you as their church friend whose parents didn't have a car and they always had to join their car, that's how they're going to remember you. If they remember you as the girl in the singing class or in the dance class who couldn't perform well and people were laughing at them, that's how they're going to remember you. If they remember you as their school friend who was always bullied, who wasn't smart, that's how they're going to remember you. If they remember you as how they made you, that's how they're going to remember you. So they won't expect you to grow. They won't want you to grow. They won't want you to grow. It's going to be hard for them to accept the new version of you. So that's how the jealous people operate. They don't want you to do better than them. They don't want you to surpass them. And it gives me an ache. It's one of the friendship aches I have. What I do with these people is I don't share stuff with them. I don't share my achievements with them. I don't tell them what I have going on. It's not important. It's going to have them shaking their knees. It's going to have them sabotaging and talking down on me and reminding me of where I came from. And I don't want to know. I don't care about where I came from. A lot of people came from somewhere, but they achieved anyway. You think I should always carry with me where I came from before I go for something? How many people do we know who are very successful when they came from nothing? You want me to stay stuck so you'll be comfortable with me, so I won't threaten you. We are not doing that this year. If you have any friend who is threatened by you being successful and you going higher than them, we need them out. We need them out of the group chat. We need them out of the conversation. No more having friends who threaten us. And this reminds me of I was watching a video I saw about the Real Housewives, and they said Portia and one of her friend. I mean, she has fallen out with one of her friend. I don't watch those reality shows, so I don't really remember the other girl's name, but I'm sure it's Charmaine or something like that. And Portia was married to a fraud guy or a scammer who she snatched from someone else and blah blah blah. And now her friend is married to a real rich guy, like a multi-millionaire guy, and or a billionaire, something like that. And she refused to support her friend. She refused to even congratulate her or anything, show up at the wedding, nothing. This is a typical example of a friend who always see you for who you were to them. They'll always see you for how they met you. So you being successful, it just makes them angry. It makes their eyes green. It makes their eyes so green because they hate you doing better than them. So they will not support you. They will blatantly ignore you. Because in their mind, they are superior to you. You are below them. So you doing better than them pisses them off. It brings out the real character, how they feel about you, the exact feeling. That's why I keep saying, if you want to see if you have friends, start doing better. Start doing better. See how many support you get. See who gives you advice or motivates you. See who calls to check up on you. Start doing better. So Portia and this old friend of her is a typical example of friends who don't want you to do better than them. You could do better, yeah, but stay behind me kind of vibe. Like, yeah, keep doing your thing, but don't surpass me. Like, stay behind me. I am forward. I am in front of you. You stay behind me. In their mind, that's how they operate. It's a stinky behavior. It's so crazy why you think someone moving past their comfort zone and becoming better affects you or threatens you. Like, how does that personally affect you? In this life right now, friendship is a very luxury commodity. If you have friends who love you, who genuinely care for you, who genuinely support you, who genuinely are there for you, encourage you, care about you, they are like diamonds, because they don't come by easily. It's hard sometimes to find friends who be okay with you doing better, who clap for you, who bring champagne and pop champagne and celebrate you and shout to everyone that their friend is successful, and be comfortable being in your presence, celebrating, giving you words of encouragement, and just celebrating with you. It's hard. Let's all acknowledge this. Even sometimes your own family won't be there for you. How much more someone who comes from a different mom and dad? So when you find friends who are the opposite, cherish them. Don't let them go. And drop the ones who don't bring anything to your life. Now that's exactly how I'm moving. If I see a friend, or if I'm friends with someone and they don't try to show support, love, the way I'm showing to them, it's okay. Like, we are all not meant for everyone, You will never be good for some people, and that's okay. No matter what you do, you will never be good for some people. And these kind of people, if you don't change your mindset, and with this kind of people, if you don't see them for who they are, you end up being a people pleaser to them. You end up kissing their ass because you're afraid to surpass them. You always be afraid to surpass them. Because maybe you love them so much and you don't want to lose the friendship, so you're scared to do better. Because what if I do better and it hurts their ego and they end up dumping me as their friend? So what? This year, it's if you F me, I F you back. Welcome. Don't leave small for other people to feel comfortable. If they're jealous and envy, that's their issue. They have to go and solve that themselves. How does that affect your life? It shouldn't. That is theirs. Don't sit down questioning yourself like, oh, how did I change? Why everyone is saying I've changed? You're supposed to. You're human. You're supposed to evolve. You're supposed to grow. You're supposed to be better. And the worst thing is if you're good looking than them, then it's a double sword. God forbid if you become prettier than them, if you glow up better than them. Oh my God, you just stepped on their toes. But that's how these people operate. That's how these jealous friends operate. They don't want you to do better than them. But keep doing better, baby. Keep going. If no one is rooting for you, I am rooting for you. If no one is there to tell you you're doing great, I am telling you now, keep doing great. Keep moving forward. Take your mind off people who don't support you and love you and want to celebrate you. And find a community who genuinely loves you, who are on the same journey as you. Because you got this and you'll be successful. Don't let anyone's attitude, don't let anyone's criticism stop you in your tracks. They should be focusing on their lane, not yours. So if they've left theirs focusing on yours, then that means yours is very valuable. That means you hold something precious. Don't give it to them. Don't give them the chance. Protect it with your heart. Pray to God to help you protect this. I don't know what you have going on, whether it's a business, whether it's your career, whether it's marriage, whatever you have going on, you're going to be successful. But if only you ignore these people, if only you stop giving them information, if only you stop interacting with them, if only you keep doing better. They can go wherever they want to go to and cry, but that shouldn't stop you from going. Some people feel guilty when they start doing better than their friends because they're afraid their friend is going to be hurt. It happens. It's a human thing. If you're scared to do better than your friend because you think it's going to hurt their ego, then what kind of friendship is that? Come on. Then you shouldn't be in that kind of friendship anyway. Find better friends. Improve yourself. If you have to be alone for a while you're on the journey of finding new friends, do that. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. I saw that a lot of people have subscribed since I think 3 days now. I'm so grateful. Welcome to my community. Welcome to my channel. You're always welcome. Feel free to ask me any questions. Drop a video suggestion, what you want to know or you want me to talk about. I'm here for you guys, okay? So that's all I have for you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.